Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we are currently preparing to attack the Valdari Peacekeepers. I don't think that the exact time has come for that. Now, the Nephrite Sophite is of course still being built up, and we're currently negative in energy credits and still reinforcing our armies as well.
Complete.
So we're building up, but I don't think we're quite there yet. We may get there this episode, we'll see. But it's not an immediate sort of thing. This tech world does require a job, and so we'll build a research complex. This tech world also requires a job, so we'll build a research complex. I mean, that's gonna hurt on the exotic gas front, but we're okay on the exotic gases for right now. What else do we have going on in our colonies? Not a whole lot is the answer. So that's okay for the moment. I would like to definitely expand our colonial holdings. There's no doubt about that. I feel like our economy is a little bit stifled by our size right now. That said, our economy is also a little bit stifled by our size right now. We're both too small and too big. I love it. We're at 293 unity at the moment, and I mean, I would like to continue to improve our capital. I wish that this said how much this was going to reduce our empire size by. 6. Like, that feels like a huge investment for not much reduction. I'm interested in finding out what the cap is. It doesn't say that either. So that's definitely something that we need to work towards. And of course, we are negative in energy credits. To that end, we can always sell minerals or something along those lines. It's not that big of a deal. Like, being negative in energy credits right now is not, under any circumstances, the reason why we're not going to war. For the record, it's not the reason. The reason that we're not going to war is because the Zikmok currently hold this location here, and the Natraxi hold this position here. We want to have borders with the Valdari, so we're hoping that they take back this territory. If they don't, and if this falls into Zikmok territory, or Zikmok hands rather, then we will take over the Zikmok. But I definitely want to take the Valdari portion up here. That is a big priority for us. And we'll see how that ends up going. Now, this citadel is very, very strong. Together with our Juggernaut, it should be nigh inassailable. Like, that is incredibly powerful. So that is good. We're going to keep an eye on that, though, and we can always reinforce it relatively quickly. There is Miram over here that's part of the Space Elf League. We were planning on taking that back from them before the war in heaven broke out. But that's not really a thing right now. We've been at peace for a sufficient amount of time. There's no doubt about that, and at this time, I think it's starting to get too much. Now, we could upgrade luxury residences here. I don't think that's useful. We could replace the research labs with something else. Again, I feel like that's not super useful. I think we're just going to upgrade the research complexes and call it good, but it's not perfect. It's not perfect at all. We're actually positive in volatile motes and exotic gases right now, and we're not negative in rare crystals, or barely negative in rare crystals. So we're not doing too bad on that front. The energy credit front is a bit rougher, for sure.
A system has been charged.
There's no doubt about that. For now, I think we'll just keep an eye on this. And what's our edict situation here? We're not running capacity subsidies right now. We probably should. That should put us positive, right? Yes, that should put us positive. That will delay our unity growth, but I feel like that's okay for the moment. Especially if we're looking at attacking the Valdari. Now, who is controlling this? Zikmok? Okay. So what's our go signal? Oh, that actually didn't put us positive. I thought that that would, but not quite. Interesting. This agro world requires a job, and to that end, I guess we could just put in the Site of Revitalization Center. This is kind of maxed out, but we'll put that in for now. This tech world requires a job. And we'll go ahead and put in a research complex there. Otherwise, that's all good. So, as I was saying, what is our go signal for when we declare this war? If the Valdari take this territory back, we definitely go. Beyond that, we're just kind of keeping an eye out for good opportunities, right? That's kind of our overall goal here right now. So we're looking for opportunities, and ooh, this was auspicious. They just took back Vimas. We want them to take back all of this. We also, of course, want to continue reinforcing the Nephrite Safit. So we'll go ahead and do that. And the idea behind this is going to be a defensive rapid response fleet. So that'll be fine. Now, a lot of our energy credits... Oh, okay. Pickling refugees fleeing from Kelazon Republic have arrived. A lot of our energy credits issues, which are now positive again. Interesting. Oh, empire size from pops minus 10%. And it's fast, too. Over half of our empire size is coming from our pops. Do it. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. That's a huge, huge deal. Absolutely huge. Okay, this unification center requires a job. Easy enough. We're going to upgrade this to heritage site for sure, but we're also going to put in an admin park. We're keeping an eye out here. This is very good looking for our go signal. This is going to be our rapid response fleet, and we are going to continue reinforcing that. How long until that's done? We only need 17,000 more. So that's really not too bad. 16,000 now. In terms of alloys, that is. That's how many alloys we need. Okay, so they've taken back Iostars now. We want them to come in and grab these 3 systems. And it looks like that's what they're doing. So that's beautiful. They're currently inferior to us, but also superior in tech. Now, a 10% reduction to our POPs empire size contribution is going to help our tech a lot. Like, a ludicrous amount. We're at 194 right now, and we'll see what that actually jumps down to. I'm expecting it to be at least 10%. 10% technology cost, that is. Not like 10% overall, but 10% technology cost. So I expect it to go to like at least plus 184. We'll see if that ends up happening. And this will also unlock new techs for us into the psionic tree, which looks like that's something we might want now. We didn't go the psionic route previously. Ah, the space storm is gone too. So that's also a good sign for us. We did not really want to go to war while that was active. Okay, so there's the psionic theory. That brings us down to 1901, and yeah, it dropped our tech cost by 14%. That is actually huge. Ah, and now we can exploit Zero. Do it. Do it, do it, do it. Keep going down that tree. So, our go signal is they take these back, right? I feel like that's our go signal. Now, once we do this, the Valdari are not going to be very capable of continuing the war in heaven. When we come in, this will end the war. One way or another.
They wish to speak with us.
So that's definitely something to think about. They have not taken Farragon or Jugrod back just yet. We're hoping that they will. This refinery world requires a job, and we definitely want to get Kalanka crystal plants, right? Yes, because we are still at -0 on rare crystals. That'll put us positive. We only have 19 volatile motes right now. I'd like to buy in a few of those. Excellent. And we're going to need to grab our construction ships, or one of our construction ships. There's this one here, and we're going to build those research stations. This construction ship is also going to build its mining and research stations. I guess to that end, we know that there's one over here. Do we have any other? Yeah, one here. Just looking at where our 0 is. So that's fine. We're going to go to the Haven Sky Station here, and we're going to... Actually, we're going to go to the Mega Shipyard, I guess. And we're going to pump out a construction ship. We're lacking in the alloys, but that will be available now. Cool. So there we go. We're very close to declaring this. There's no doubt about that. I'm going to put in this energy nexus here to help out our energy credits, which are kind of fluctuating all over the place. Which is kind of to be expected, I suppose. So we're going to head over to Epsilon Indy with this construction ship. If I can select the actual ship. There we go. And we're going to move on over. Cool. So the Nephrite Sophite is going to continue to be reinforced. It is very close now. All we need here is a bunch of corvettes. Should be very simple. So they've not taken back Farragon or Jugrad back just yet. We do want them to do that before we declare our war. However, this fleet may well be heading there as we speak. Yes, it is. It's not much of a fleet, but it's heading there. And what was this that just went in here? Valdaria as well. Okay, so we are going to be declaring this war soon. Our go signal has been triggered. So they're going to eliminate this station.
Intellectual booty.
It looks like they're running a fair number of lasers to me. Now these guys are definitely running lasers, the Natraxi Tribunal. I think those are lasers. Our shields should be very effective against that. Okay. So zero distillation is now done, and I think next we're going to continue focusing a bit on our unity, although we could go for army damage here. That is technically one of the cheapest available, so let's go ahead and do that. And then our construction ship over here is, of course, going to grab that 0, and then after it's done there, we're going to head to Doria and grab that 0 as well. And that's the only reason we built that construction ship, so we're probably going to disband it after that so that we're not paying the upkeep on it. Excellent. Now we're at 2.5k here. So we do still need about 7,000 alloys. That's definitely good to know. Checking in on our colonies again. They did take Farragon as expected. And Jugrad, did they actually retreat? They did. They didn't take this. Perhaps this force is heading in? No, it is not. These guys are. Okay, so they're going to head in there, and that will definitely be our go signal. Now, we're not currently ready to move our armies anywhere. We're probably going to focus up here, in fact. So let's move them over to Holden, I guess. That'll be fine. Now, our stations are not fully defended. They're strong. There's no doubt about that. But they're not fully defended. This is a pulsar here, so that's not ideal. They're strong, but they're not fully defended. 65.4k. We're going to definitely need to have the Nephrite Sophite on standby, and to that end, they're going to enter orbit of that gateway. Cool. So they now need 4,800 alloys. I think we wait at this point until we have all of our alloys allocated for the Nephrite Sophite. I think that's the true go signal here. So this is all fine. No problem there. We're -1 on exotic gases and rare crystals at this time. But this refinery station has an open job. We could put in a synthetic crystal plant here, or rather a Kalanka crystal plant. That would put us positive in rare crystals. So we'll go ahead and do that. Beautiful. Our energy credits are not ideal. That's for sure. Pop growth speed would be good, but what I'm wondering here is there anything down here that would be good for our energy credit situation? Because we did swap over our policy to wealth creation again. So that's fine. We're just definitely eating up a lot of our energy credits. And most of that is ship upkeep, to be clear. That's pretty much all naval upkeep. Like, that's 3,000. That's a lot. That's a whole lot. And that is, of course, because these guys are not anchored in... well, they're deployed, right? So that's expensive stuff. It's not shocking, but let's get ready to move these guys into position here. We're going to move down and be ready to jump. I would like another fleet over here, but it'll have to do. This is going to stay put. This fleet remains. And then we are going to head over to there. Beautiful. Now there is this location here. These guys are going to be ready to head in over here. And in fact, they should go to Kajimar and head in like that. Okay. So they're going to head in, take this location, and then head up over here. Cool. So we're largely in position at this time. We are still waiting on getting all of our alloys allocated. And we may actually want to have these guys parked at the L gate. I feel like that's actually a better location for them. There's a gateway right here, of course. They can go basically anywhere they want. So we're going to do that. We did lose an envoy. I want to double check our leader situation here. All good. Okay. Fantastic. So that'll be fine. Yeah, the big issue right now is definitely when do we pull this trigger? Because our go signal has been signaled. We only need 1,800 more alloys to finish off this fleet. I think the moment we're done with this fleet is probably our go signal. Our real go signal. I know I already said our go signal was triggered. It was. It definitely was. I want to check over here. 7,300 is not that scary. Or 73,000 rather. It's not that scary. Okay. So we're going to need 2 more month ticks to get this all done, unless we buy in some alloys. The price isn't great, but we could. We could do something like this and get that going immediately. So I think that's fine. Everybody's good to go. I want to double check our ship designs. This should be good. We should be completely fine here. Yes. Okay. Well, it's a little bit spooky, but I think we'll be okay. I'm fairly certain. I want to check these guys. Yeah, that's not very scary. These guys have a lot of fleets. This is the Federation, the League of Non-Aligned Powers. They have a lot of fleets, but none of them are very powerful. Besides, we're not going to war with the League of Non-Aligned Powers. We are going to war with the Valdari Peacekeepers. And we're going to end their threat. Specifically, we're using this as an excuse. We're not actually interested in ending the threat of the Peacekeepers. What we're actually interested in is taking their territory. This is just an excuse. So we're going to declare this, and this is going to get interesting real quick.
Brace for collision. It's off to war with us.
Okay. So we've declared this. We do expect, with them being pulled in 3 directions, that they're not really going to be able to do anything about this, though. That's the thing. We need to tick 1 day, I think, although we had open borders, so we don't even need to tick a day. We're going to immediately start our broad offensive. So in we go, and it looks like we should immediately move our army up to Kajamar. And in fact, we can go to Jiskat. That'll be fine. This construction ship requires orders. And its orders will be to come down over here. Now, there is this Valdari Peacekeeper Enclave over here. Hadar is not complete. We're definitely going to queue up some things here. There we go. Cool. So the Valdari have accepted our war, not like they had an option. And we are going to immediately begin our offensives. In we go. Now, this station might be interesting to take on. It's 73.6k, so we're going to take some losses here, but I want to see just how quickly things fall here. Checking in over here. Yes. Oh, you didn't get orders to go in? Go on in. There you go. And this station here, this is a 151k. This might be spicy. Okay. Probably should have checked on that. But that's okay. We are chunking through their armor. Their armor is gone, or rather their shields are gone super fast. Their armor even faster. So yeah, we did take losses as expected. So we are then going to... We should be able to just repair exactly where we are for the moment. We'll just enter orbit here, and we'll begin reinforcing this fleet. Now, this is a little bit spooky up here. This is a lot spooky up here. We've taken huge losses, actually. Okay. So, these guys can't retreat yet, but that's okay. They're out of here. They did lose their Titan. I did expect that we'd do more damage to their outposts. I really did. But, okay, I guess we didn't focus fire the outposts or something. That's okay. We're going to move in over this way. And these guys are, of course, repairing for the moment. 41.5k. We'll head on in. Okay, so that's the Zikmok there. And we're just going to move in and take territory from here. That's the overall plan. This territory shall be ours. Now, there's a battle core over here in Chohar. We probably do want to take that on. To that end, since we didn't get this over here, yeah, these guys are able to use CBs against us. That's fine. I don't expect them to declare on us. So, we're going to move back over here. We're going to head up to Chohar. These guys are actually going to jump drive over to Wheatris. There we go. I want to take Chohar. And we'll arrive back up here eventually. We do need to keep an eye on everything going on over here. The Nephrite Sophite is still being reinforced. The Bloodstone took some losses, that's for sure. And the Topaz is going to be reinforced as well. Where did we lose the starbase? Maybe one of these little ones down here? Yes, I think. Something down over here, probably, is my guess. That's okay. We're not too concerned about anything over there. So we're going to head on in over here. This starbase is absolutely going to get wrecked. There's no doubt about that. Of course, their lasers will be pretty good against our shields that don't exist here. But we're just going to head up over this way for the time being. Cool. Now, these guys have arrived. They're going to jump drive into Chohar. I want them to take on this force, and I want to get this cleaned up. Perfect. So they'll arrive there in 3 days. There's a lot of claim CBs popping in, but it should be fine. I mean, enemy of our enemy, right? In theory. In theory. So that's Rimdur taken. We're going to move up over here. The Curators actually control this, or have a station in this system, rather. So Chohar is, of course, under our control now. And we're going to come in over here and land on Avsiva. I want to check 645. We may want to come up here and bombard a bit as we're on our way in. But we have 4.6k. This should not, in theory, be a problem. Now these guys are jump drived, and so they're going to need to slowly make their way back over this way. I'm not going to bombard at all. We're not going to do that. We are, however, going to sell off a few minerals. There we go. And the Bronzite is needing orders. Its orders are perhaps to deal with these guys, but for now we're going to go to Icelanor. That'll be fine. I want to check in on our colonies as well. Hearthsea has a job, and for now we can actually put in an admin park. That'll be okay. Cool. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we will continue our expansion. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.